Okay, so I am going over the 4 sections of the crisis covered closure and contentment video series, which really covers the last 10 years of my life, and I um, truly have come full circle. I mean, I was, um, you know, alone, single, on my own in 2014, and um, I've been on my own since the beginning of 2022 and 2023 and most of this year. It's really been 3 years, but out of 8 years of marriage, the last couple of years I was kind of on my own. And so the first part, I call it the /clean blog of July 2015 through, actually it's only through October 2015. And I think I proposed to Shayla in June, and obviously it's never recommended to marry somebody so quickly without getting to know each other, and of course that's what we did, and of course it didn't work out. And anyways, the second section is the epic marriage letter from January 2022, and then the great Christmas coon fight, narcissistic abuse documentary, Christmas 2023, and then the rage I call them the rage notes from August 2024. So I'm going to start with going over this. It's really, it's actually kind of long, so I'm just going to summarize it here. I really am kind of impressed with my own note-taking skills, and I write so much I even rarely go back and read it, but I do go back and read it often, and it's always quite meaningful and impactful for me to just record my thoughts and feelings, because I don't know if this is normal, but I almost always immediately forget my own negative feelings, and or I try to put them out of my mind or whatever. So this blog, it was on a website that I had at the time, and it only covers about 3 months because we got married at the end of October 2015. So this is a very idealistic, optimistic and hopeful hope. I mean, nobody gets married and doesn't hope it's going to work out. But there are some interesting things I recorded here. So it starts with, actually, I'm going to start with an October 3rd, 2015 update. And this is a must-do checklist that I wrote for Shayla. And I said it's just as relevant, even more today in October than it was in July. It truly has been a transformative past 4 months for me, personally and spiritually. It's interesting because I was obviously trying to put on the best front. I claimed that my mental health had improved miraculously, and that I seemed to have been healed from PTSD. Of course, I still have it, and I still felt like the old me. But, I was in love, and I thought I was going to have a partner to help me with life. And so I really conformed to Shayla. And I recognized one thing about myself, a personality trait. I have high levels of agreeableness. And Shayla was the opposite. She was very unagreeable. So in my writings, I definitely reflect things that she told me. An interesting note a therapist recently told me was, people usually find as a partner a mirror to themselves. And we both were homeless at the time, and we both wanted to be married, and because of my high agreeableness, I really mirrored her. But she was a long-time believing Christian, and I was very impressed with that. So around this time, I really had my own spiritual awakening, and I really dove into Christianity and going to church and being a good family person. So I write that my faith and love It's stronger than ever, and I will do anything to keep us together. I said, I need you. I can't imagine life without you. I absolutely love living with you and the girls. I treasure spending time together. I'm in a constant state of gratitude for God bringing Sheila into my life. I say that she's everything I want and everything I've dreamed, and I'm continually amazed how God brought this together. Wow. Naive at least. I say I'm often breathless about just how good she is. I mean, her good and bads. She left me speechless. I mean, this is a love letter, kind of. So I say, she leaves me speechless. I stumble with my words, and I think at this time she was expressing to me some sort of lack of commitment or presence really, because I've always been pretty messed up. So I write that I'm sorry I've failed to express that my true feelings better. Just give me time, and you will see my true self and my profound love for God. Wow, I really bought into the ideals of Christian theology. I say, when you marry me, I will make you feel more loved than any wife could ever be loved. And I'm going to go back through and do a very thorough review of this. So I'm going to move on. I do interestingly write that, I guess I was very into politics at the time. So I wrote to her that I was, I hadn't decided what to do with my career yet. I was hoping perhaps to be a congressman and change the world. Her and I radically disagreed about politics, which is not a good sign for a marriage. So I say I have surrendered my political ambitions to God. And this is me trying to overcome my own anxiousness and restlessness. Okay, so moving on to the next section. I write that there's 3 top objectives, and I write I love the formality I write with. So objective A, B, and C. The first objective is A, to serve God. This was from July 2015. Going to church and really join the Christian community, get premarital counseling, obey God, thank Him, abstain before marriage. Wow, that didn't work either. Constant prayer together, absolute surrender, strive to be Christ-like, tithe 10%. And honestly, it would have worked, I guess, if she called me unequally yoked. If we had been right for each other, of course it would have worked. Let go and let God take control. Live to glorify God. Share the gospel. Go to the men's group. Go sign up for the discipleship. Put on the full armor of God. Okay. So that was objective A. The objective B is to serve family. Spend time connecting, give Mia piano lessons. I was enjoying spending one-on-one with the girls. Get an apartment, build a family, have dinner together every night, refine bedtime for the girls, read the girls bedtime stories, teach the girls the truth of God. Spend time with the family, honest communication, try less and trust God more. Get the girls' bedrooms set up and establish a routine. Okay. So now the third objective is provide for the family. And it was interesting because it was at this time, in as early as July 2015, that her and I had entrepreneurial ambitions. And it was one thing I actually really liked about her was she wanted to be an entrepreneur. And of course, I had a lot of business ideas too, but as agreeable as I am, we go with her idea, and we started the cookie business. And it was at that time I bought HotmanCookies.com. I set up the Facebook page. We were going to, we were busy. We spent a lot of time together. We went to church twice a week. We went to business accelerator and business development groups. I write about how we're going to draft the business plan. We're going to get our finances in order. I made up a money spreadsheet. We were going to agree upon a budget. That's something that she never really did for me. I offered to get a job and take care of her so she could put all of her time into HOC. We had to save money for the business licenses. We had to take Hot Oven Cookies to the next level. I put in writing my agreement to pay rent and utility bills and the credit card bills. I talk about planning a road trip to go see my family, my sister, and go visit Uncle Felix, and for her and I to go on a date and to be grateful. Tiempo de la Moda, which is Spanish for pillow talk, I think, pillow time together. I was hoping to really bond with her, and she was fluent in Spanish. I wanted to stop speaking English and learn Spanish with her, but she no interest in patience of learning, communicating to her husband in Spanish. I said, I want to play and practice piano while you cook dinner. I took a break. When I met her, I stopped playing piano for 8 years. I really gave up a lot of myself for this marriage. I talk about finalizing the marriage date, sending out invitations, surrender my political ambitions because I wanted to be a congressman, and redirect all that energy towards the family, which I certainly did. Okay, we are almost done. I have one little part left. This is a little love note for Shayla from July 29th, 2015. And this is, I guess, when I formed these ideas that, boy, it was hard to let go. I said I can make her happier than she ever thought, if she would spend the rest of my life with me, and I would try. I promised to cherish her, in sickness and health. I could say till death. Interesting, I do express a bit of doubtfulness. I said these are optimistic vows for couples. But then I say I'm not optimistic. I'm hopeful. I think that was something that she tried to teach me. Like, I had a bunch of language she corrected me on. Like, I couldn't say, I wish you luck, because she didn't believe in luck, because God was in control. Wow. We have a blessed, wonderful, and happy future together. The creator of the universe, my God, provides abundantly when we are in a state of gratefulness and love, divinely confirmed. Wow. I do tend to write pretty lofty